Wow. Put one video up about Kyle Larson. Everyone turns into an asshole. Go figure. So today we come to you from here in snowy Northwest Ohio. As I record this, I just got done shoveling a little while ago. We had like 5 inches of snow. Seeming like racing season was going to get here sooner than we thought, and days like today put us back. But anyway, today we're going to talk about a name that's been very popular through 2020 and now in early 2021 as the Daytona 500 approaches, especially Kyle Larson. So we know Kyle Larson wasn't in NASCAR last year, which pushed him into our world, the dirt track racing world. Now, Kyle Larson's no stranger to the dirt racing world. Years prior, he's done his 20-25 starts, had lots of success, and the question was always, if he raced full-time dirt, how good would he truly be? In 2020, we got that answer. So Kyle Larson tackled the dirt track scene in 2020. Needless to say, the question was answered, how good is he on dirt? Well, 4 different types of cars, 6 different series, wins totaling 46 between all different types of cars and series. Winged 410 sprint car, dirt late model, USAC Silver Crown, and USAC Midget Series. Wins in all 4 types of cars. Between 6 series. Crazy 2020 for Kyle Larson. Hugely successful. Jumps into a late model of all things, which he had about 60 laps of practice. Wins his second race out. First race was the night before. He finished top 5 with the Lucas Oil Dirt Late Model Series in Port Royal, Pennsylvania. I happened to be there. It was a very interesting time to watch. I say the credentials are there to be considered that good. Now, the term that good is obviously subjective. Everyone has their own opinion. This is just my opinion. I'm no expert, nor am I any final authority on the subject matter, but I have been around dirt racing my entire life. And at 31 years old, I don't remember a season just as good as Kyle Larson's. Now, I remember Scott Bloomquist having some great seasons, winning lots of money. Jonathan Davenport in the late models, 2015. How could we forget that series? Brandon Shepard in the late models as of late. Very, very successful. Sammy Swindell, Steve Kinzer, Doug Wolfgang in the 410 series. Going back, you have to look a ways back when you get into the Foyts, the Andretti's, the Unser type of names, when you get into the multiple division racing success. But Tony Stewart comes to mind more recently as far as generations go than anything. Now, Tony Stewart was racing in the Cup Series. We obviously all knew his background in dirt, winning the USAC Silver Crown. But while racing Cup, Tony Stewart would show up, race big block modifieds, late models, sprint cars, USAC cars, whatever, and be successful and win. Now, again, limited by the Cup availability, he could only do so much. But he could hop in anything and be fast in those early 2000 years. Kyle Larson is doing that as we speak. Now with 2021, we obviously will see him more into the NASCAR side of things, still dabbling in dirt when time allows. So those are the kind of the backstories of what we have to compare to. When you look at Kyle Larson in 2020, I've heard equipment. He's got better equipment. His equipment's no better than anyone else's. I hate to tell you. Word of Outlaw sprint car teams, their shit's top notch. Kyle Larson's shit top notch. Paul Silva, he's got some secret crew chief combination. Paul Silva, very good crew chief. Nothing to be taken away from Kyle Larson's success by any means. Paul Silva has actually had other drivers in the past as well and has not seen the same success as he has had with Kyle Larson. Nothing against those other drivers, nothing against Paul Silva. We've seen Donnie Schatz and Ricky Warner team up, be super successful in the World of Outlaws for, however many years, 10 years. So I've heard the argument of him being a rich kid, quote unquote. Interesting comments there. Now, Kyle Larson's family does not come from lots of money. I'm sure they do okay, don't get me wrong. They had enough to get him started in the motorsports world, but by no means did they have a sponsor like a Ream or Target. They were not backed by any companies like that to get him to the Cup Series. There's actually an interesting article I read on a website called thedriversproject.com. It's a story written by Kyle Larson's dad about him negotiating and help negotiating contracts to get into the K&N series, whatever it's called, Arca West or something now, whatever it's called now. That is where the split of Toyota Racing Development happened. If you recall, Kyle Larson was one of the Toyota Racing Development drivers for a few years. Those years are where it took a turn and where Chip Ganassi stepped in. If if I recall the story correctly. Feel free to go read it. It's been a while. Kyle Larson and company were looking to get into the K&N side of things. Toyota said, we'll get you a ride. Sounds great. Just bring $2 million, $3 million, whatever dollars to the table. We'll get you in a K&N ride. Well, Larson and his family definitely do not have that money sitting around, nor did they have a sponsor at the time putting up that kind of money. That is where Ganassi stepped in and said, we'll get you a ride. So the rich kid comments really don't make sense. That is why we appreciate Kyle Larson in the dirt racing world more than anything, because he did get to the top level on talent alone, which is something we do not see much anymore. If you want to go race like NASCAR, Camping World, right? Not Craftsman anymore. Camping World Truck Series ride. If you have $3 million, I can tell you a few teams to go to right now with that checkbook. You will be racing NASCAR trucks tomorrow. It's just that easy. So in my mind, is Kyle Larson that good? Yes, 46 wins. If you raced 2 or 3 tracks locally a year for $1,200, $1,500 to win, 46 wins would be a crazy high amount of wins. And also, it's not easy to win 10 times a year, let alone 46 times a year across multiple divisions, across multiple series. Competition is as high as it's ever been. Everyone has top-notch equipment. They're all pulling from the best resources around the country. So is Kyle Larson ready to be on the Mount Rushmore of motorsports? That is TBD to me. If you look at the drivers you'd put on the Mount Rushmore, they raced for many, many years. Your Unsers, your Foyts, your Andretti's raced lots of years over many different series, different types of cars, generations of cars. From when they started racing Indy cars or whatever to when they finished, the cars themselves changed. That shows their talent, how they can adapt and change over time. Nothing against Kyle Larson. He's just too young and hasn't had as much opportunity. If he sits in NASCAR for the next 5 to 7, 10 years, wins 3 or 4 championships, comes back to dirt, whips everyone's ass still, then I think that conversation changes a little bit. But nothing against him. He just hasn't been around long enough to really dictate that status of the Mount Rushmore. So is Kyle Larson that good? Yes, I think he's that good. Legendary? TBD. Who is legendary? Put in the comments drivers you think or should be on the Mount Rushmore of all-time motorsports, not just dirt racing. So hopefully I don't piss off too many people with this video. We all know Kyle Larson will be back in NASCAR for 2021. I think in the dirt racing world, we need to appreciate Kyle Larson for what he has showed us in 2020 and hopefully going forward the success he has. So with that said, let's go 2021. Like I said, we got snow, but dirt racing will be here before we know it. And as usual for Kyle Larson, all eyes will be on him in 2021 to see if he can match the success with the starts he gets in 2020. So with that, we're going to wrap this video up. Thanks for watching, tuning in. Again, in the comments, tell us, who is your Mount Rushmore for motorsports? That'd be an interesting one. Hard one to answer, if I do say so myself. So until then, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.